Namaste Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurātise Namaha. Reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter 20. Lord Chaitanya instructs Sanatana Goswami. Verse 146. Mukhiya Gonavriti Kimva Anvaya Vyatirike Vedera Prajitnya Kevala Kahaye Krishna Ke. When one accepts the Vedic literature by interpretation or even by dictionary meaning, directly or indirectly, the ultimate declaration of Vedic knowledge point to Lord Krishna. Kim vidyate kim achaste kim anudya vikalpayet iti asha hridayam loke nanyo madveka kachana mam vidate mam vikalpya pohyate aham etavam sava vedarta sabda astaya mam vidam maya matram anujyante Patistya prasidati. Lord Krishna said, what is the purpose of all Vedic literatures? On whom do they focus? Who is the object of all speculation? Outside of me, no one knows these things. Now you should know that all these activities are aimed at ordaining and setting forth me. The purpose of the Vedic literatures is to know me by different speculations, either by indirect understanding or by dictionary understanding. Everyone is speculating about me. The essence of all Vedic literatures is to distinguish me from Maya. By considering the illusory energy, one comes to the platform of understanding me. In this way, one becomes free from speculation about the Vedas and comes to me as the conclusion. Thus, one is satisfied. So Krishna is everywhere. We cannot ignore Krishna. He is in the material world, he is in the spiritual world, he is, by his will, everything happening, and he is in every atom. Everything happening is ordained by Krishna. Krishnera Svarupa Ananta Vaibhava Apara Ch.Ch Maya Shakti Jiva Shakti Ara. The transcendental form of Lord Krishna is unlimited and also has unlimited opulence. He possesses the internal potency, external potency, and marginal potency. Vaikunta Brahmanda Gana Shakti Kaya Haya Svarupa Shakti Shakti Kayera Krishna Samasraya. The material and the spiritual world are transformation of Krishna's external and internal potency respectively. Therefore, Krishna is the original source of both the material and the spiritual manifestations. Dasame dasamam lakshyam asritashraya vigraham Sri Krishna kyam param dhamma jagadhamma namami tat. The 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam reveals the 10th object, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the shelter of all surrendered souls. He is known as Sri Krishna, and he is the ultimate source of all the universes. Let me offer my humble obeisances unto him. How beautiful it is that he is that, right? That we know him, and he is that. He is everywhere. And we are part of him also. Krishnera Svarupa Vichara Suna Sanatana Atvaya Kyana Tattva Braje Brajendra Nandana. O Sanatana, please hear about the eternal form of Lord Krishna. He is the absolute truth, devoid of duality, but present in Vrindavan as the son of Nanda Maharaj. Sarva Adi Sarva Amsi Kishora Sekara Chittananda Deya Sarvashraya Sarveshvara. Krishna is the original source of everything and the sum total of everything. He appears as the supreme youth, and his whole body is composed of spiritual bliss. He is the shelter of everything and master of everyone. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. Krishna, who is known as Govinda, is the supreme controller. He has an eternal blissful spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin, for he is the prime cause of all causes. Svayam Bhagavan Krishna Govinda Paranama Savashvarya Purna Yamra Goloka Nityadama. The original Supreme Personality of Godhead is Krishna. His original name is Govinda. He is full of all opulences, and his eternal abode is known as Goloka Vrindavan. Ete jam sakala pumsha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrarif Yakulam Lokam Midayanti Yuge Yuge. All these incarnations of Godhead are either plenary portions or parts of the plenary portions of the Purusha avatars. But Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. In every age, he protects the world through his different features when the Lord is disturbed by the enemies of Indra. Well, we have some enemy of Indra now, right?
Yes.
The virus.
Yes.
But the devotees are the purifying agents.
Yes.
So as there is the negative, there's also the positive, and the devotees, they by their activities, they purify the environment. So the virus is contagious and spreading, but the devotees, they spreading their activities, their service, and now so many donations come in, and so many people come forward to help. So that is, Indra's doing his job,
yes.
And the devotees are the purifying agents.
Yes.
They are purifying the environment.
Srila Guru Maharaj, they said, what happens if there is nuclear war, yes?
Yeah.
Srila Guru Maharaj, she said, all that is necessary is to go underground with Tulsi Devi, and Tulsi Devi will purify the atmosphere. So this faith that you're mentioning now, it's all to do with Tulsi Devi. So the devotees are taking shelter in their faith, Tulsi Devi, with the Lord.
Yeah, because nothing happens with just reading this. Nothing is there without Krishna. Krishna is everywhere.
Yeah.
And some know it, and some don't know it yet.
Yes.
So.
And those those that know it, they have faith.
Yeah.
Faith. The mother of devotion, Tulsi Devi.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. Jnana Yoga Bhakti Tina Saranera Fase Brahma Atma Bhagavan Trivida Prakase. There are three kinds of spiritual processes for understanding the absolute truth. It is Advaya Gyan, the process of speculative knowledge, mystic yoga, and bhakti yoga. According to these three processes, the absolute truth is manifested as Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Varanti tat tattva vidas tattvam yach jnanam advayam Brahmeti parameti Bhagavan iti sapyate. Learned transcendentalists who know the absolute truth call this non-dual substance Brahman, Paramatma, or Bhagavan. Brahma anga kantitanra nirvishesha prakase suyayena charma sakshe yotirmaya base. The manifestation of the impersonal Brahman effulgence, which is without variety, is the rays of Krishna's bodily effulgence. It is exactly like the sun. When the sun is seen by our ordinary eyes, it appears to consist simply of effulgence. Yasya prabha prabhavato yakat andakoti kotis vavesha vasudadi vibhuti binam tat brahma niskalam anantam asesha bhutam govindam adipurusham tamaham bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is endowed with great power. The glowing effulgence of his transcendental form is the impersonal Brahman, which is absolute, complete, and unlimited, and which displays the varieties of countless planets, with their different opulences in millions and millions of universes. Paramatma yenho tenho Krishnera eka amsa Atmara Atmahaya Krishna Sarva Avatamsa. The Paramatma, the Supersoul feature, is a plenary portion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the original soul of all living entities. Krishna is the source of the Paramatma. Krishnam enam avehi tvam atmanam akilatmanam Jakatiyaya so piyatra devi vabhati mayaya. You should know Krishna to be the original soul of all Atmas, living entities. For the benefit of the whole universe, he has, out of his causeless mercy, appeared as an ordinary human being. He has done this by the strength of his own internal potency. I read the purport. This is a quotation from Srimad Bhagavatam. Parikshit Maharaj asked Sukadeva Goswami why Krishna was so beloved by the residents of Vrindavan, who loved him even more than their own offspring or life itself. At that time, Sukadeva Goswami replied that everyone's Atma or soul is very, very dear, especially to all living entities who have accepted material bodies. But that Atma, the spirit soul, is part and parcel of Krishna. For this reason, Krishna is very dear to every living entity. Sometimes we hear that Krishna is more close than we even can imagine. Jai. He is more dear and near than we can even imagine, because he's everywhere around us, in us, you know.
Yes.
And he's the beloved.
Yes.
So more dear than, they say here, than our own soul. Yes, sure. Due to the intimate relationship between the soul and the body is important and dear to everyone. Similarly, the soul, being part and parcel of Krishna, the Supreme Lord, is very, very dear to all living entities. Unfortunately, the soul forgets his constitutional position and thinks he is only the body. Thus, the soul is subjected to the rules and regulations of material nature. When a living entity, by his intelligence, reawakens his attraction for Krishna, he can understand that he is not the body, but part and parcel of Krishna. Thus, filled with knowledge, he no longer labors under attachment to the body and everything related to the body. Janasya moho yam aham mameti. Material existence, wherein one thinks, I am the body and this belongs to me, is also illusory. One must redirect his attraction to Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam states, Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayoyita Janayati Yasu Vairakyam Gyanam Sa Cha Yat Ahoy Tukam. By rendering devotional service unto the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, one immediately acquires causeless knowledge and detachment from the world. Atava bahunaitenam kim gyatena tavarjuna vistabhyayam idam krishnam ekam chena chito jagat. But what need is there, Arjuna, for all this detailed knowledge? With a single fragment of myself, I pervade and support this entire universe. Bhaktye Bhagavanera Anubhava Punarupa Eka Vigrahe Tanra Ananta Swarupa. Only by devotional activity can one understand the transcendental form of the Lord, which is perfect in all respects. Although his form is one, he can expand his form into unlimited numbers by his supreme will. Swayam Rupa Tat Ekatma Rupa Aveshanama Pratamei Tina Rupe Raene Bhagavan. The Supreme Personality of Godhead exists in three principal forms: Swayam Rupa, Tat Ekatma Rupa, and Avesha Rupa. Swayam Rupa Swayam Prakash Dui Rupe Sputi Swayam Rupe Eka Krishna Braje Kolpa Murti. The original form of the Lord, Swayam Rupa, is exhibited in two forms, Swayam Rupa and Swayam Prakash. In his original form as Swayam Rupa, Krishna is served as a cowherd boy in Vrindavan. Prabhava Vaibhava Rupe Dvivida Prakase Eka Vapu Bahu Rupa Yache Haila Rase. In his original form, Krishna manifests himself in two features, Prabhava and Vaibhava. He expands his one original form into many, as he did during the Rasa Lila dance. Mahisi Vivahe Haila Bahu Vidamurti Prabhava Prakasha E Shastra Parasiddhi. When the Lord married 16,108 wives at Dwarka, he expanded himself into many forms. These expansions and the expansions at the Rasa dance are called Prabhava Prakash, according to the directions of the revealed scriptures. So bari adi praya se kaya viu hamai naya. Kaya viu haile nara dera vismayana haya. The Prabhava Prakas expansions of Lord Krishna are not like the expansions of the sage Sobari. Had they been so, Narada would not have been astonished to see them. Chitram Vaitatat Ekena Vapusha Yugapat Pritak Grihise Dvarasthatahashram Striya Eka Udavahat. It is astounding that Lord Krishna, who is one without a second, expanded himself in 16,000 similar forms to marry 16,000 queens in their respective homes. Seiva pusei akriti pritak yadibase bhava veshe bede nama vaibhava prakase. In one form or feature, if one form or feature is differently manifested according to different emotional features, it is called Vaibhava Prakash. Ananta Prakase Krishnera Nai Murti Beda Akaravarna Astra Bede Nama Vibeda. When the Lord expands himself in innumerable forms, there is no difference in the forms, but due to different features, bodily colors and weapons, the names are different. Anyecha samskritat matno vidinam bibihitenate jayanti tvam mayastvam vai bahumutyeka murtikam. In different Vedic scriptures, there are prescribed rules and regulative principles for worshipping different types of forms. When one is purified by these rules and regulations, he worships you, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although manifested in many forms, you are one. We are so happy we worship Mahaprabhu here, right?
Yes.
And with Radha Giridhari. The first manifestation of the Vaibhava feature of Krishna is Sri Balaramji. Sri Balaram and Krishna have different bodily colors, but otherwise Sri Balaram is equal to Krishna in all respects. Balaram is the first manifestation from coming out of Krishna, and Lord Balaram non-different than Lord Nityananda. We had his appearance. Actually, Lord Nityananda even more important in Kali Yuga to rescue the fallen souls. Vaibhava Prakashaya Ch.Ch. Devaki Tanuja Dvibhuja Swarupa Kabu Kabu Haya Chaturbuja. An example of Vaibhava Prakash is the son of Devaki. He sometimes has 2 hands and sometimes 4 hands. Yekale Dvibhuja Nama Vaibhava Prakash Chaturbuja Oile Nama Prabhava Prakash. When the Lord is 2-handed, he is called Vaibhava Prakash. But when he is 4-handed, he is called Prabhava Prakash. Vaibhava Prakash, 2-handed, Prabhava Prakash, 4-handed. Svayam Rupera Kopa Vesha Kopa Abhimana Vasudvera Kshatriya Vesha Ami Kshatriya Kyana. In his original form, the Lord dresses like a cowherd boy and thinks himself one. When he appears as Vasudeva, the son of Vasudeva and Devaki, his dress and consciousness are those of a Kshatriya, a warrior. Saundarya Aishvarya Madhurya Vaidakya Vilasa Brajendra Nandane Iha Adhika Ulasa. When one compares the beauty, opulence, sweetness, and intellectual pastimes of Vasudeva, the warrior, to Krishna, the coward boy, son of Nanda Maharaj, one sees that Krishna's attributes are more pleasant. We like Krishna, the coward boy, right? Govindara Madhuri Deki Vasudvera Ksoba Se Madhuri Asfadite Upayaya Loba. Indeed, Vasudeva is agitated just to see the sweetness of Govinda, and a transcendental greed awakens in him to enjoy that sweetness. Udkirnat Buddha Madhuri Parimalasya Bira Lila Sayame Tvaitamanta Samikshayam Mur Asau Chitriyate Charana Chetakeli Kutuhalo Taralitam Satyam Sake Mamakam Yashe Prekshya Swarupatam Brajavaru Swarupyam Anvijati. My dear friend, this dramatic actor appears like a second form of my own self. Like a picture, he displays my pastimes as a coward boy, overflowing with wonderfully attractive sweetness and fragrance, which are so dear to the damsels of Braja. When I see such a display, my heart becomes greatly excited. I long for such pastimes and desire a form exactly like that of the damsels of Braja. It says here in the purport, this verse is found in the Lalita Madhava. It was spoken by Vasudeva in Dwarka. Mathuraya yache kandavan richadara shane punadvara kate yache chitravilo kane. One instance of Vasudeva's attraction to Krishna occurred when Vasudeva saw the Kandava dance at Mathura. Another instance occurred in Dwarka when Vasudeva was surprised to see a picture of Krishna. Apari kalita purvakas chamatkara kori spuratu mamakaryan esha madhurya pura ayam apihanta prekshya yam luvacheta sarabasam upakbhoktum kamaye radikeya keva, who manifests an abundance of sweetness greater than mine, which has never been experienced before and which causes wonder to all. Alas, I myself, my mind bewildered upon seeing this beauty, impetuously desire to enjoy it like Srimati Radharani. So Krishna is seeing himself in the mirror, right?
Yes.
And he is chamatkara, astonished, like to see this beauty. And then he wants to enjoy it like Srimati Radharani. Whoa, it's so beautiful. So we stop here, and tomorrow we read on. Jai, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki Jai. Jai Madhya Lila chapter 20 ki Jai. Jai Sri Krishna Kaviraj Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai. Om Vishnupad Sila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai Mother Sachi Devi Dasi ki Jai.
Will you please sing? Yeah. $60.
Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra Gadadhara Shivasadi Govabhakta Vrinda
Gadadhara Shivasadi Govabhakta Vrinda
Jaya Rupa Sanatana Bhattaragunata
Jaya Rupa Sanatana Bhattaragunata
Shijivago Palabhata Dasavagunata
Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasaragunata
Echai Gosai Kovi Charanavandana
Jai Kosai Kori Charana Vandana
Yahoite Vignana Sabisa Purana
Yahweh Vignana Sabista Purana
Echai Gosai Jana Munitanga Dasa
Jai Kosai Jamu Itaradasa
Sansabhava Padame